Night Racing League Season 2 continues with the GTE Championship. This is race number 4. And this week, it's a good one as we had Spa in the rain last time. This week, it's Le Mans, Circuit de la Sarthe. Bozak, your championship leader with 2 wins. Senna 211, 1 race win in his only try. Night Racing 727 is here and is second in the championship. It's going to be an 8-car grid here at Le Mans, so let's see the starting field. Your championship leader, Bozak, on pole with 353.581. Close behind with a 53.699, Night Racing 727. Row number 2, Senna 211, already with a race win in his only attempt, 354.899. And first-time driver, KWH, 356.323 on row 2. T-Man 1975 inside row 3 with a 357.901, with Stillen 421 in the second Corvette, 58.144. Row 4 sees the Canadian Donovan at a 358.482, with the Spaniard in the number 68 Ferrari, Raison Hanzo, the only car not to break the 4-minute mark. We're racing 45 minutes at Le Mans, starting now. And the lights go out, and it's a great start from row number 2. KWH taking the lead, Night Racing passing Bozak, but KWH and Stillen coming along on the inside as well. KWH, the German, in his first Night Racing League race, in first place into the Dunlop chicane. Night Racing second with Stillen third.
Bozak, our pole sitter, dropped all the way to the 4th place. Everybody away from that Senna 211 in 5th. T-Man 1975 6th. Donovan and Raison Hanzo in good position. As Bozak all over the back of Stillen, 421. Fantastic start by the American in that Corvette. Very close stuff as we head down Mulsanne for the first time. Bozak, a little push there in the first chicane. And Stillen, they hold it together and we'll get away in the same positions. Senna now all over the back of Stillen as we head down to the second chicane. And we'll take 4th place right back into the draft. T-Man watches on as we have a battle for the lead. Night Racing deep on the second chicane, but takes the lead from KWH. Bozak now all over this. Still in the background, but the battle for second as Bozak is now past KWH. So the front row is back up front, although it is the second place qualifier. Night Racing in the C7R. In the lead, Bozak having a look. As we head down toward Indianapolis. Side by side for the lead. Fantastic wheel-to-wheel racing here, night through Indianapolis. KWH now under all kinds of pressure. As we head toward the Porsche curves, 2.2 seconds, first to sixth.
We just saw in the background there, Donovan coming off on the left-hander and is going to drop to the back of the field.
Senna trying to set up the inside line as they head into the Porsche curves. As the Porsches are side by side, Senna will take second place, but he's deep. Oh, just avoids getting collected by T-Man. So from third to fifth, KWH now back in third.
And just behind that, while that was happening, Stillen goes around entering the Porsche curves as well. So Raison Hanzo by him.
Raison Hanzo now is up to sixth place as Donovan and Stillen have fallen to the back of the field. See if we get a replay of what happened there. Night Racing comes around to complete lap number 1 in the lead. Bozak, the pole sitter, all over the back in the BMW. And nobody giving an inch. Knight holds that outside line. He has the inside to the Dunlop chicane and keeps the lead. Tight for fourth place now. T-Man and Senna 211. Senna with that little off in the Porsche curves. As we head down Mulsanne and looking on the inside, Knight hits the outside line. Oh, very close there. Packing down these long straights, and Bozak trying to get the inside into the first chicane. Very deep under braking, the Corvette holds on. But Bozak will take first. Corvette comes right back at him and set up now to the inside into the chicane. He's got him down the straightaway, back into first. Night Racing.
Back in the field, Donovan has moved up past Raison Hanzo, down into the second chicane.
Senna now under pressure from the Ferrari of T-Man 1975 as back up front, Bozak looking again. The Knight will maintain that position. Senna now looking to get up past KWH, right back where he was earlier. He has that inside line, and a little touch between the two Porsches. Everybody maintains, KWH still third. On throttle, and then head up to the Porsche curves. Knight still up front. Great battles here for the lead and for third place. 5 seconds still covering the top 5 cars. Right on there. back up front to the final chicane to finish lap number 2, and we'll get a real idea of the lap times these guys are putting in under race conditions. .357.3, 357.4. The battle for third. 4 minute and 3:59s as we have a 4-second gap now to third place. Bozak trying to set himself up for another run down Mulsanne. Great line through there. Corvette with some straight line speed and keeps it out front.
And here comes Senna 211 with a bit of a tow. And he's gonna get inside KWH heading down to the first chicane. So back up to third place after an early mistake, Senna 211.
So the Porsches have swapped positions again. Back up front. As we approach 10 minutes of 45-minute race here at Le Mans. KWH looking at the back there. Bozak peeking out again as we head down. Bozak just swinging the tail end. Look how close they are through there. And no contact. Fantastic stuff up front by both of these drivers and the battle for third. Senna, KWH, and T-Man all right together. Donovan in the third Corvette is third place. Raison Hanzo in the second Ferrari, coming through Indianapolis, is seventh, still in 421. Recovering from that early off, is in eighth place. Oh! Just a little wide as we rejoin the leaders in the Porsche curve. Start lap 4. Corvette, BMW, then 2 Porsches and a Ferrari here at Le Mans. Inside again, they come through this right kink, come close to touching. The Corvette Night Racing just seems to have a little more straight line speed there. Bozak stays in the tow. I'll be trying to set up where he'll go beside. Knight is wide again, and here comes Bozak. Through the first chicane, back into the lead. Now, we had the lead here earlier, and Knight got in the tow and took it back by the second chicane. See what happens here as Bozak now in the lead on lap 4, 13 and a half minutes in. Corvette pulls out, does get a nice tow down toward that second chicane, and they will go in side by side. And Bozak hooks the curb, and he's around. Knight now with the lead. There goes the battle for third, which is now a battle for second. BMW finally gets it. Turn back around straight. Donovan goes through. So Bozak will drop all the way to 6th place.
So on board with Bozak as he goes into that second chicane. You see the right side hook, that curbing, and it just spins the back around. There goes the battle for third. All three cars, he just watches them pass.
And how is this going to affect the championship? Bozak, we'll see how much damage he has. Senna 211 pushes it wide there, recovers. First race in the night racing league for KWH. And showing very well here. Commentators curse, around he goes. I can't believe that. So that will drop to 4th place and put T-Man 1975 up into 2nd. It's the last time I'm going to do open compliments like that. Didn't know that was coming. The Ferrari now up into 2nd place, set at 211, having to fight his way back as they just touched there. KWH has now dropped to 5th place. Donovan has got by. What happened in the Dunlop curves there. Great straight line speed by Senna 211 are
as you look back, Bozak making it to the pits now with 2 offs there and some substantial damage in the front, and this is what happened to KWH in the Dunlop curves as he went around. Didn't hit anything as we get back live.
T-Man now with the tow. You see the Corvette is right there. It's a 4-second lead now, so it's come down a little bit. Bozak, now having pit, has come back out. He is in 8th and final position out on the circuit. In the battle for 6th, Stillen has taken 6th from Raison, but it's 2nd place right now. The Ferrari T-Man 1975 all over Senna here. Donovan, you see a little wrinkle in the bonnet there, but does still have 4th place. KWH having a little bit of problems there at the beginning of lap 5, coming back through the start-finish line. Seem to be falling back a little bit. 3-second gap now between those two. As the Ferrari continues to dog the Porsche. We approach 20 minutes in this 45-minute race. No pit requirements as its halfway is coming. Most of these cars on soft compound tires, so pit stops are likely. Accelerated tire wear in this series as well, just to make the strategies worth thinking about. Back up front, Night Racing 727, you see the gap to 2nd and 3rd. A 4:01.5 that lap, so not the best lap, and the gap is now 3.2 seconds back to the Porsche. It will be about now that everybody starts thinking about coming in for tires. As we look back, that is Stillen. We saw Raison Hanzo in the chicanes. So only Bozak, who spun on lap 4 while battling for the lead, has come into the pits. Everybody else still out. Results as they sit will have a major implication on the championship. 25 points for Knight. That would be 73. So Bozak would retain the lead with 8th. No, I believe he wouldn't. That would be 4 points, 72. So Knight Racing would take a 1-point lead in the championship if they finished in these spots. Although there's a long way to go here. We're just about halfway. Senna 211, the winner of the last race, would definitely move into 3rd place. Jamie 360 is not here this weekend. And a great showing for T-Man. This is his first race in the GTE series. So that's your rundown. Donovan here. Fantastic run for Donovan in 4th. And he's pulling away. It's KWH has now dropped 10 seconds back. So probably some more problems there. Still unable to extend that gap over the 2nd Ferrari of Raison Hanzo. Here is your pole sitter, currently in 8th, the only car to pit, and trying to chase down, really just waiting for everyone else to hit pit lane. Got to put in some clean laps. That 5-minute lap, of course, includes his pit stop. We'll see when he comes back around what his actual lap times are. As they're starting to drop a little bit, the tire wear is kicking in. We're halfway here. We'll see how many come into the pits. The battle is still for 2nd. These two have been glued together all day. And again, playing with track limits there, Senna 211. No slowdown, so it's right on the limit there. Everyone goes through. A 3:56.3, that's back on pace for Knight. As the gap comes back up close to 5 seconds. A 57.8 for Senna as they drop back a little bit there that lap. 58.1 for T-Man. As Nodovan will come through in the background there. 57.6, so he is closing in that gap. Good stuff from the Canadian. Back up front. And another drop in time. There's why. KWH is in. So the second car to pit, that's going to move Stillen up to 5th as the second Porsche, his first race for the Night Racing League, makes his first pit stop. And away he goes. Raison Hanzo through as well. So KWH will drop to 7th, however, he has service and fresh tires, so we'll wait and see what everyone else does. None of the top 6 have pitted. See in the background there, Nodovan is, I don't want to say visually closing, but he seems to be getting more and more in the picture every time we watch these two. It's 7.5 seconds according to the timing screen up there. On board with the Canadian in 4th place, Corvette number 30. Let's get an idea what he sees here as we come down towards Indianapolis. Still not really, well, there's a little glimpse of him as a disappear there, but not really a visual target to go after. As Knight brings the Corvette through the Porsche curves on lap 7. We are now 27 minutes into the 45-minute race, well past halfway. And not coming in again as the car slides even more. That looked like a pit stop in the background. T-Man is coming in. Senna 211 goes through, as does Nodovan, so he will promote himself to 3rd. The Ferrari in for tires. Still a large gap back to Stillen and Raison. See how close they get to 4th place. Still stopped. Here comes Stillen. That's going to be 4th. He has not pitted. Raison is pitting, so the Spaniard is in as well. Both Ferraris pitting on the end of lap 8. T-Man finally rolling, but he's dropped down to 5th place. fourth place car, still in 4:21. Back up front on what are now worn tires here. 3:57.4 for Knight. Pulls a bit of a gap over Senna 211, who did a 3:59.6. Nodovan is definitely coming, a 3:58.3, so 1.3 seconds out of the gap to what is now second place. There's Senna in the background. We'll cut to him. Nodovan through the chicane behind him. "15 minutes to go here at Le Mans." Pole sitter Bozak in the BMW M6 now up to 7th position. Reizon Hanzo have made a pit stop. And you can see damage on that BMW. I don't recall that being like that after the lap 4 incident. See if he had any other excursions. As we move up, KWH, the German driver, in his first Night Racing League races in 6th. And that's a solid 6th. Bozak is 15 plus seconds behind. T-Man now in the Ferrari. You can see the gap back to KWH. Fresh tires on both those cars. That's still in 4:21 in 4th place. This is Nodovan in the Corvette number 30. That gap now has gone back up, it looks like, to 8 seconds, so we'll check the lap times when they come around. Chasing Senna 2:11. As again, the leaders go through the chicane, no pit stops. It makes you wonder if this is a blinking contest. Is Knight waiting for Senna to pit behind him, and is Senna waiting for Knight to pit in front of him? 32 minutes in. 13 minutes to go. Nodovan also stays out. So we now have a large gap in the top 3 to the cars that have pitted. Is a no-stop strategy going to be what gets you on the podium here at Le Mans? And who was planning to do that in the first place is probably what the question is. It does seem like the leaders are waiting for the other ones to pit first. And if that's the case, who can hold on with these old, worn, soft, accelerated tire wear tires? Five seconds, your gap. The other gap we're watching is the Ferrari to the other Porsche. T-Man 1975 in 5th place. Just under a 10-second gap here. And Bozak, you can see, really taking time out of KWH here. And this is a huge point hit for the American in 7th place. With his rival, at the moment for the championship lead, in 1st. What a fantastic 4-lap battle that was at the beginning. Through Indianapolis with just over 10 minutes to go. And through again. I don't think anybody's going to pit here. What's Senna doing behind? He is through again. 3:56.7. You can't really say the lap times are coming down. 3:55.8 for Senna to 11. So the rubber may be worn, but these guys are not losing lap time. And with now just 9 minutes left in the race, I can't imagine. It's, there'll only be 2 more laps after this one. I can't imagine either of them are going to pit at this point. Donovan has now dropped back. Here he is through Dunlop. It's now a 10-second gap to 2nd place. Although Night Racing has sped up, it is Senna to 11 here, who is really starting to push. A 3:55.8, a spectacular lap time on worn tires. As it's now or never, I think the realization is here that no one is coming into the pits, and he's got to push with what he's got. You can still hear the Corvette going out of frame there as we cut to the next camera. The gap, 4.5 seconds. As we check in on the other gaps, it's a 7-second gap. Bozak in the BMW here now, trying to chase down the 2nd Porsche of KWH. Check on lap times, that's quite a gap. A 4:02 for KWH and a 3:55.2, so faster than the leaders back here in 7th. And 7 seconds a lap, we should see these guys together very shortly. We'll keep an eye on that gap as we go back up front to Night Racing. 6 minutes to go. So they are going to cross the line here, and there's no way you can try to adjust this. They're going to have to do 2 more laps. They're going to cross the line with about 2 minutes left. Maybe under about a minute and a half left, actually. So they will have to do 2 more laps. 4.5 seconds. As Knight tries to stabilize this gap. Senna pushing. No pit stop, obviously. They're committed now. They are committed on these tires. It's really Donovan who has a free pit stop. He could come in and get rubber and still get out in 3rd place. Not sure the risk-reward on that if he's going to do it. 56.9 for the leader, a 56.0 for Senna 2.11 as that gap comes down to 4 seconds. 2 laps to go. He's got to get 2 seconds a lap and still try to get by. Here is Donovan. Again, he has not pitted. I didn't expect, actually. It can be a very safe 3rd place here, a first podium. Just check down, yeah, this would be the first podium for Donovan in the Knight Racing League. So a fantastic run. As we check back on this gap, it is now 6 seconds, just under 6, the gap to 6th place. As Bozak tries to salvage a few more points from this day. There is Bozak, your championship leader at the moment. But it is going to be very, very tight if Knight Racing can hold on here. 3 seconds the gap now. Well, that'll peak out a little bit here, but Senna definitely closing in. Got 9/10 on the last lap. On the throttle, just making sure that the rears are under him as he puts it down. Knight Racing trying to manage this. It's Senna who's got to push. He's got to get 2 seconds a lap on these final 2 circuits. It's been a pretty perfect race up front here. Set up a couple of offs, what could have been without that spin at the Porsche curves. But he's pulling it in just under 3 as they go through Indianapolis. Run down quickly, this is Donovan 3rd. Still in 4:21, is now just a second ahead of Keegan. So we're getting ourselves a battle for 4th place. While we've been watching this battle, Bozak is now caught KWH. There's a gap now 2.2 seconds in the Porsche curves. They will go through and start what will be the final lap here at Le Mans. They'll do 12 laps here in the 45 minutes. Battle for 6th, KWH holding on. It's T-Man, remember, with the fresh rubber. trying to close in that gap on Stillen 421. Back up front on the final lap, Night Racing 727. Senna 211 needed 2 seconds a lap, and he got 1.8 that time around. Dillon and T-Man right together, still within a second. Here's the gap back. Bozak has one more circuit to try and get by KWH. "45 minutes of running and 3 battles for position." And here is Bozak now all over the tail end of the Porsche. This position would keep Bozak in the championship lead here, I believe. So you'll now have the tow down Mulsanne. He's not going to get a chance into the first chicane, or is he? Here he goes. KWH a little deep. Not sure if they touch there. We'll have a look, but it is now 6th place for Bozak. As we go back up front, Senna pushing and pushing. Just edging that gap under 2 seconds, but they're coming back to the checkered flag here. Clean through Porsche should do it for Night Racing. A flash of the lights from the Belgian. A quick check here. T-Man has caught Stillen. This the battle for 4th place.
And looking back now on board with Bozak as he takes KWH, and that's going to be 6th place.
As coming around to the last chicane, Night Racing 727. One more left, right to win at Le Mans. His first win in GTE this season. 2nd, Senna 211 in the Porsche number 91. And Notovin, his first podium in the Night Racing League. A great run here. 2 Canadians in the top 3. As we go back now, T-Man is 4th.
As we get a replay here, perfect tow as they head down towards Indianapolis, and T-Man taking 4th place.
Final lap from the Englishman, and he will take 4th place here. Stillen all over the back end, puts it out wide, but not enough. A valiant effort as Bozak around goes KWH. Bozak will finish in 6th. KWH in his debut race will come home in 7th place. And Reizon Hanzo in the second Ferrari will be 8th. Everyone finishing today in a fantastic race here at Le Mans. Your race winner in the Corvette, Night Racing 727.
So here are the final results at Le Mans after 45 minutes. Night Racing 727, his first win of the season. Only 1.2 seconds ahead of Senna 211. Nodovan rounds out the podium with T-Man 1975 and still in 421. Then Bozak with all his problems. KWH and Reizon Hanzo, all cars finishing on the lead lap. The points tightened right up with Night Racing only 3 behind Bozak. Senna 211 moves into 3rd place. Jamie 360, Nodovan, and some new drivers coming up on the bottom with their first races this week. Race 5 is in Barcelona, Spain. Join us then for the GTE Championship.